I was going to do returning empty because I've not done that one yet. Lithrazir, Ruhr North, really good add-on, good step in the right way. Hope the patch will be there quickly to make it perfect. Thank you very much, Lithrazir. I'll pass that on to the team. I'm not sure about the answer to that Lithrazir at the moment. It's not a simple job. Because essentially the whole route needs to be re-signalled. Because the problem is mostly in the signals, not in the PZB. It's the signals not giving the right influences to the signal system that causes the issue that Leipzig's got. Alright, where are we going? Straight ahead. Whoops. Too much brake. What is good anti-aliasing on it? It's a matter of question of choice. Some people prefer FXAA, some people prefer TAA. TAA gives the best visuals, but it has the blurring thing that goes on. FXAA is crisp, not quite as good visuals as TAA, but does not have any blurring. Pishlik, it's more because when we did a load of research on this, the route was generally really overcast and dull whenever we looked at it. So we decided that that was how the route would be. The fact that internally they're on the same date is irrelevant. Test, make sure we're all good. Oops. Let's put AFB on.
AFB.
40 kmh. And I want PZB and CFA on. PZB mode M. I'm doing very good, thank you. It's Dimitri.
Receiver. Receiver.
I should we get stuck at this speed limit for a little while. Speedbird, this is Ruhr Sieg North on Train Sim World.
Receiver. Receiver.
What locos? 185.2, which is what we're driving now, the 143. There's also a double-decker, the coaches with a cab car, so you can drive it from that cab as well. CIFA is a vigilance device, yeah. Same as the alerter or DSD DVD. How does screen percentage work? Imagine it makes a much bigger, so if you set it to 200, it makes it twice the size and then squashes it down, but uses all the extra information to do much better anti-aliasing. Because some anti-aliasing, if you don't have the information, it has to make it up, sort of a guess the average between these 2 pixels is this, so I'll put this extra colour in. Whereas if you use screen percentage, it can reduce it, and it can put, you can use extra data that it's losing to be able to put the real data in. So screen percentage is what they call super sampled anti-aliasing, SSAA, and it's generally the best effect because it's accurate, but it's also the most costly for system resource.
Receiver. Receiver.
Some point it'll let me speed up. Oh yeah, FXAA is a lot faster, but then it also makes information up because it hasn't got it. So it swings and roundabouts with a lot of anti-aliasing. AFB is like a cruise control for trains, pretty much. AFB, when used on its own, will not and should not slow the train down for signal aspects. You're expected to use the brake for that. Essentially, it's used for maintaining speed. So you can effectively set the AFB, it will speed up to where you want. If you want to slow the train down, bring the AFB to where you want it and then use the brakes to get there. Essentially, you can use AFB, but it'll take longer to get you there. When you hook AFB up with LZB, that's a different question, and it'll work a bit harder. Oh, of course, yes, we've actually just fixed that bug. I wish I should remember that. Yeah, you're right. We have actually literally just fixed that bug. I think you're still going back mad, big dog, but not for the reason you thought, that's all. Yeah, AFB, as Liverpool says, AFB is used for speed maintenance. but not for signal aspects or stopping. It will kick in air brakes if it needs to maintain the minimum amount. So if you're going down a hill, it will use air brakes to try and maintain that deceleration, or to maintain your speed if it needs to, but it still won't decelerate particularly rapidly. Got 3.5 kilometres to 70 limit, so in about 2.5 kilometres I'm going to get a 70 limit, which requires probably a PZB reduction, given we're doing 110.
Sifa, Sifa. Zugbeeinflussung.
You put foliage on medium, if that works for you, run it.
Sifa.
Warning again, repeater of the rock drop to 100. And that's the start of the 100.
Sifa, Sifa.
Red Devil Dom, reminder of what LZB. LZB is the
Zugbeeinflussung.
hang on. LZB is the other signalling system that you use to go above 160 kilometers an hour, used for high speed, obviously. So let me set that back to 70. Power back on. Yeah, so it gives you more graduated control over, or visibility of the speeds. It'll do approaches, so it'll drop you down, a bit like Access does, Live Through Zero, yeah. And if you link it with AFB, then it will actually auto drive the train to some extent as well. Literally, it's interesting that people, a lot of people seem to think that this has got any kind of reduction in simulation compared to something like TS18. It really doesn't. There's so much more going on this than there is in TS18 for simulation perspective. I've heard people refer to this as an arcade game. Now, I'm assuming that's just for the score, but... I mean, there are some errors in some aspects of the simulation, but that's different to being a lack of simulation. One person I spoke to said the mere fact that you can operate it with a controller makes it an arcade game. I stopped listening.
SIFA-Beeinflussung.
Yeah, and I think it'll be interesting when third parties get hold of it as well, Ruhr Sieg, because they'll have time. They can go completely crazy if they want to. Red light 1.7 kilometers. Yellow, double yellow, expect stop indicator. Oh, we're already doing under 70 anyway. So it's no panic. My guess is we've caught up with something. Dazzy, your train journey is beginning. You're volunteering at the Swindon and Cricklade Railway, helping preserve the age of steam. Very good.
SIFA.
Darn you, AFB. Right, it has got green. That's kind of where I wanted to get Ruhr Sieg. I wanted to be able to deliver the high end as possible in terms of the locos, but make them accessible. I mean, the idea of having some things from the top end of TS18 on a controller, on a console, playable with a controller, perfectly playable, it's, well, to be honest, people told me it couldn't be done. And that's just the kind of thing I need to hear. Yeah, totally an arcade game then, P-Schlick.
SIFA. SIFA.
Mashing the keys there. Yeah, hearing the alerts outside of the cab was a key goal of mine. There was no way I was going to allow that to happen again. A Bula would be cool, yeah, I'd like to get a Bula in there at some point, but until it's a generic thing that you don't have to program for every route and every train, then I'm not so interested. I want it to be so that it just works. Put a train on a route and a Bula works. That's what I'd like to see. Hey Train 222 and then Kayla McTeer, how are you guys? Should probably update that. The Bula is this window on this screen on the right, which is effectively the route timetable, or the what comes up ahead of you in terms of speed limits, signals. It means you can drive the route blind. 70 kilometers an hour, although there's no PZB on that one. So 10 kilometer hour drop. Kilometers to Letmath. Speed limit rising to 80 shortly. Green, green, all good.
Sifa.
Hey Guhano. Sifa is the vigilance device that I just have to keep acknowledging to keep the train moving. Speed limit actually dropped to 70 as well. Moricon, what's on the agenda for the rest of the week? So tomorrow I've got a conference call with the guy at YouTube. So I might do a short stream before then, but I'm going to have to finish by 10 o'clock sharp. We shall see. If I have to go, I might have to go shopping. So probably best to assume Wednesday is off. And then Thursday I'll be streaming, and Friday is either a Dovetail stream or I'll stream. So if I'm not doing a Dovetail stream, I'll do a stream here. But otherwise, and I might come back and do some Rockfest afterwards, maybe. See you later, Boggy. Take care. 5 kilometers.
Sifa.
speed limit's going up to 100 shortly.
Sifa. Sifa.
Gano, thank you for the follow. Muggy's gone. We can leave the wipers on now in tunnels. Whew.
Sifa.
As long as no one, everyone promises not to tell Moggy, yeah? Because if you're just going to give the game away.
Sifa.
Not tomorrow, Ronak, no. Email to Moggy already said, gosh darn you, baked bean kid. Gosh darn you. No, Wreckfest might be Friday. Perhaps. No, I think once we head in towards Let Math, we're pretty much away from the tunnels at this point. Speed reduction warning.
Zugbeeinflussung.
The wipers are Moggy approved now, but they're not in tunnels still. At some point, certainly, Ronak. And we've got an expect stop as well.
Sifa. Sifa.
Alright, I'm going to turn AFB off. So we're good for the signal. For the speed limit coming up anyway. Could always blame it on water seepage into the tunnels. I like how you think, Moricon.
Sifa. Sifa.
500 hertz. Do I know which yellow speed reduction signs have an active magnet and which do not? The general guidance is always acknowledge for any speed reduction at all. But I think it's 60 and below always have them. 90 and below have them only if it's more than a 10 km/h speed reduction, I think. Something along those lines. But regardless of that, always acknowledge. It's just a good habit to get into, apparently. Yeah, this is the last scenario, Ben. Any chance of a poke in one of the doppelstock? What do you want to see, Randolator? I can just do a quick start of a service. Shall I do the Isolona? That's always good fun. Oh. Oh, come on, stop. Stop doing it wrong. Oh, it's doing that. Yeah, okay. We have actually fixed this bug now. Oh, I put the handbrake on, didn't I? Start the train moving again is usually all you need to do. No. Oh, there you go. That'll work. Needless to say, that's another one we fixed. Excellent. Randolator. Yeah, what did you want to see on the doppelstocks, Randolator? There you go, one more. We'll just do this, this won't take long. I can't remember where the CIFA setting is. Phil, can you remember where the CIFA setting is on this thing? Oh, it's over here, isn't it? There it is. Oh, good. Yeah, so doppelstocks and go upstairs. Just make sure train line is on. Downstairs. Turn all the lights on. Ooh, lights upstairs. Woohoo! No, it's one cab car and that's your lot. It's a real consist. I kid you not. Live through here, don't panic, we should have a fix for the collectible stuff coming. Yeah, most of the ones on this are 4 or 5 car, but this is just different because it's a special service that they run in this area. Why are they queuing by the fence and the yellow line? Because bugs. No, I would certainly hope that isn't the case, listeners here. I haven't seen the fix yet myself, but I'm aware it's in now. I thought I'd turn C4 on. Ah, no, I haven't. Right, let's speed up. We got a Hohenlimburg, and then we go to Hagen. Is only certain locos run the double-decker coaches? Yeah, I think so. But quite a lot of them, though. All the passenger ones do. Couple of kilometres to Hohenlimburg. Hey Debbie, how's it going? One kilometre. Oh, this is probably going to be bugged out on the wrong side as well. I fixed this bug as well. Hi Deccan Plays, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Shut both doors. Window secondary steering things, no, they all work. You can also, if you open the window, you can then press E to stand at the shunting station. When then the keys now control the controlling the this panel up here. I can't remember exactly how you use it. I have to read up and do a tutorial perhaps. But essentially, you've got a thing which is more hold or less for throttle, and you've got buttons for PZB. That's about it, really. They're definitely set up. I will have to look into finding out how you use them. This was it. Hagen, about 9 minutes. It's not really a bug, Peachly. That is the control plus minus is to move you between driving positions, not just cabs. And in that instance, it is a driving position and therefore perfectly legitimate. Is it helpful? Well, possibly not, but the passenger door lever on the cab, you mean this one? So if it says unlock left side doors, then you would pull that into open and it will open the doors. You have to use this one there to unlock right side doors, and then you pull this one and it'll unlock the right doors. It's not like, because there is a white button over here, but that's just another open close door button. Ignore that. It's not an open close on either side. This is always going to be opening closing whatever is on there. Oh, did I go too fast? I think it puts you in the guard seat on the Mark 1s as well, in the BSO P-slip, because that's considered a driving position, even though you can't drive anything from that. You can still operate controls that manipulate the physics. B. Harrison, have you followed Dex Vinyl? If not, throw him a follow, because when he streams on PS4 and he plays TSW a fair bit. And I'm sure he'd be only too happy to show you it. Failing that, the next Dovetail stream I'm going to be running West Somerset Railway, and I'll be running that on PS4, so you can find out there as well. Yard. We're through a freight train. This will be reducing our speed, and we'll be heading off to the left now to take the freight route in. But since we're a passenger train, we carry on going. Push it back up to 120, but I could drop to 100 coming up shortly. We shall take advantage of the speed while it is here. Back down to 100. Is the tilting in the cab super elevation or tilting coach? It's just super elevation. If you look, you can see the track twisting. Right, 2.2 kilometres to the 40 kilometres an hour. We should get a signal warning of that shortly. Freight yard on the left. There it is, green, yellow. Put the brakes on. I was pressing page down, nothing was happening. How bizarre. What's going on with this? Oh, okay. Maybe I need to press it some more. Never mind. First time that's happened. $40 kmh anyway because of the restricted monitoring. Oh, clipped 45 kmh. Dang you, train. Power off quickly enough. Oh, the last 1.4 kilometers. Why you do this to me? Come off the power a little bit earlier this time. Yeah, it is a little bit, isn't it, Red Devil Tom? Use a real handbook for 185 and now you can use the side controls. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Definite sign of an arcade game, that, when you have to get the real driver's manual out. Language, please. Right, acknowledge that time. Rand later, yeah, Amtrak said it was too close to the real thing, and we had to move a couple of things. The bad word filter switched off, Maricom, because it was picking up too many other things. Or was that Moobot that did that? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, really could. Someone said that to me actually when we first did the beta testing, the internal private beta testing, Ruhr Sieg of Sandpatch grade. There was no documentation or anything. And I apologised to people on the beta forum and said you have to make the best you can until I can start writing stuff up. And one of them came back and said, it's okay, I downloaded the manual for the EMD GP38-2 and followed all the instructions in there and I've got it all working. It's just like, yes. Ba-boom. And that's that. Alright folks, thanks very much for watching. That's it from me tonight. Probably no stream tomorrow. Next stream, let's put it down as being Thursday.